Right guys, I think we need to kick this video off with a big fat apology, because this car here, I bought it a couple of weeks ago. My reason for buying it was for my car show, which was absolutely brilliant, wonderful turnout. And the car here behind me, the show car, the Golf GTI-R, I think that's what we want to call it, show car, because it's GTI with Golf R engine. Talk about that shortly. But the reason why I need to apologise is because I have not yet done a first drive video of this car on my channel. So today's video is going over the things that I missed in the initial reveal video, and then going for a little drive in it to show you how mental this car is to drive. So here it is then, the Golf GTI-R. I don't know why, I think it deserves to be called that, because obviously it's a Mark 5 Golf GTI, 06 plate, nice little gel plates there from Your Car Edge, as ever. R32 rear bumper, we'll walk around and talk about that shortly. Edition 30 front splitter and side skirts, and it's got the Mark 6 Golf R engine under the bonnet, the CDL engine, and it's running about 350 horsepower, okay? So it's a stage 2 tune car. Obviously they're a front wheel drive, it's got a DSG box as well, a few Golf R bits on the interior as well. It's a proper cool car. I actually bought this car on eBay, but the guy that had it advertised was one of my subscribers, and I bought it for Planet of Dreams. I thought I'm going to do a few videos on this car, go to a couple of car shows throughout the summer, you know, get out with Kai, just enjoy having a show car, and at the end of the summer give it away on Planet of Dreams. So if you have not entered for your chance to win this car for nothing, the link's below, planetofdreams.co.uk. The rules are you've got to be a subscriber of my channel. If you're not a subscriber, please do not enter. You are not welcome to win this car, all right? But yeah, good luck for everyone who enters. Today's video is of course about the first drive of this car. So yeah, 350 horsepower. It's actually got a Miltech exhaust system. Let me go for a wander around the rear, just so this car just looks good, so good from every angle. Look at that. Look at that car. It's a tech wrap turquoise HD wrap, which I think looks incredible. It's actually black in the door shuts. I've just sidetracked again. Let me just show you the door shuts quickly. Black in the door shuts, and then obviously you've got the turquoise body wrap colour there. So Dan, the previous owner, actually wrapped it himself with his mates. Like that's pretty. I rate anyone that just has a go at wrapping their own car, because that ain't an easy task. If I'd done that, we've got one here going off for an MOT. We'll let you go first, sir. Thank you very much. Look at that. Birds love that one. Yeah. If you like birds, treat yourself. Look, Bromax, this is the Bromax Audi. I rate anyone that wraps their own car. Credit from me to you. Well done. At the rear, it's, do you know what, little things like the silver GTI badge. Like everyone's going for like this black trim look at the minute. You know, black pack, blacking everything out. This guy has kept the chrome badges, even the chrome GTI. I love that, man. And at the bottom, the Miltech exhaust. That's my reason for wandering around to the rear, with the R32 rear bumper, and it's got like a carbon diffuser at the bottom there, which I think looks bloody lovely, man. It's got the different rear lights, which I really like, but it's a shame, such a shame that one's stinged up. We need to try and get that sorted, preferably. Rear wiper delete, which I'm not a fan of, but you know what, when you go to town on a car to this extent anyway, things like that I think are an absolute must. I think this car would probably look a bit silly with a rear wiper on it. In the boot, it's all very nice, and it's a super fresh car, by the way. Lovely boot build as well. Look at that. That's the party piece on this car, I think. Airlift performance lift kit as well, so it is on bags. And when I bought this car, one thing I was so curious to know about was how this car drives on air, because I've never actually driven a car on air. I was really curious, and we're going to talk about that shortly when we go for a drive in it. Because, you know, in the performance car scene, like if you buy yourself a Golf R and double the power under the bonnet, what you usually do is you put it on racing line suspension, yeah, lowering suspension, so it sits nice and it drives wonderful. I wouldn't personally bag my Golf R. It's just not something you do, but when you're in a show car, it's kind of like the perfect thing to do. But anyway, yeah, in the boot it looks incredible. Again, the previous owner done all that himself. You've got the big air tank there, which has been wrapped in the same HD tech wrap turquoise wrap as the body's in. That little on-air light there, that does actually light up, which is quite a cool little trick, I suppose. And then we've got a Kenwood 12-inch subwoofer there as well. Obviously rear seat delete, so no rear seats, because that's what you do in the show car scene. Hashtag on it stickers in the same colour as the wrap, of course. Carbon fibre wing mirrors, The rims, how have I not talked about them rims? Let's quickly talk about how well that car's sitting. I know we've done a lot of this in the initial video, but look at that, man. Look at the way that car's sitting. That is what I'm talking about. When I go to a car show and I see stuff like that, that is what car shows are all about. Chrome rims, super deep dish, like they're pretty deep in the front, but the rear, look how deep the dish is on them wheels. Apparently car line, is that right? Car line. Mate, I'm not into this scene. I'm interested in the scene, but I don't know enough about it. All I can tell you is I've looked at prices of them wheels online. They're a lot of money, and yeah, they do this car justice. I did go over the size of them in the previous video. Haven't got a clue what they are right now off the top of my head, because most of the tyre is disappeared underneath the wing. But yeah, they're, I don't know, I'll put it on the screen. All right, so interior wise, Golf GTI leather interior. I love these leather seats, by the way the headrests just sit inside the seat. That is a nice feature on Mark 5 Golf GTI. So they are actually the original seats that came in this car. We've got the Mark 7 Golf R steering wheel, which is wicked. Downfall with this lovely Mark 7 Golf R steering wheel on a Mark 5 Golf GTI is the fact that it will throw an airbag light on the dash, because obviously it's not the right steering wheel for the car. But personally, I think I'd rather compromise on a little light on the dash over having that steering wheel. Also, something else that's a bit of a downfall is these flappy paddles. Because this steering wheel was not for this car, these paddles don't actually work on this gearbox, but you can manually shift this gearbox by going up and down via the gear stick down here, which is also, by the way, a Mark 7 Golf R gear stick. And you know, the funny thing with this car is there is so much good stuff to talk about. There's the steering wheel, the gear stick, the wheels, the wrap, the sunroof, the engine, the exhaust, the air ride, and yeah, just all sorts of stuff to talk about. And I don't personally know which bit of it is my personal favourite part of this car. Yeah, that's not the downfall. That's the battery that's now dead, because I haven't driven this car. Yeah, well done, Cal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy myself a car and I'm going to use it every day. I'm going to daily drive it, because that's apparently what you do with a car. But Calvin don't, yeah, because Calvin just bought his Golf R, or finally got his Golf R back on the roads, and I'm now doing the bedding in process on that car, which means I can't actually drive anything else, because it's not in my interest to drive anything else. I need to keep driving that, running the mileage up, which means this car is sat here. I've gone off tracks again. I need to get a jump pack and start this car. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Do you know what, let's fast forward a little bit, get it warm, and I want to demonstrate how good this car sounds with a few revs.
A few moments later.
Right, is there anything else I need to talk about? I don't think there is. I did cover most of this in the previous video, didn't I? It's on 126,000 miles, worth pointing out. I do wonder if all of these lights could be coded out, because there's not actually any faults in here. It's just a few lights on the dash. I think the next thing we need to do, guys, is the reason why I'm doing this video. Oh, birds whistling at me. It's normal, guys. The birds just love me, yeah? So, yeah, let's just hit the road, yeah? Rocky car to drive, as you can probably imagine. In fact, I would say that suspension's probably sitting a bit too high, but I didn't even mess around with it, because I've been one of my little paranoid things with this car is if the suspension just suddenly lost air and dropped, then you know, the car would just sit on the wheels, and then the wheels would peel off the arches, and you'd have a disaster in your hands. So I tend to feel a bit skeptical about messing around with that too much. But yeah, ride height is currently at the driving height. And we are driving, guys, but it's very rocky. This is too rocky. I'm actually gonna have to try and lower it a little bit, because what's really strange with this car is if you go too high with it, it gives you a bumpy ride. Now, I wanted to talk highly of my experience with Air Ride, because I'll be honest with you, when I first drove it, I was quite impressed. So we're down to now 55 PSI on each corner, roughly. Is it gonna calm down that rockiness? Because I didn't want to. It's very bumpy in here. I'm just looking at the camera screen. Forget about the bumpy side of things. Let's just talk about how well this car drives, because it does actually drive really well. Do you know what? I'm gonna have to. I've got to do it. Let's go down a little bit. Just go down a little bit, Cal. I daren't touch it, man. I just pressed the wrong button. We're on the bumpy road as well now. But straight away, guys, you're probably getting the feeling or the impression that this car performed so bloody well. Like a little bit of a play with the throttle pedal there, and you can see it's a bloody exciting thing to drive. So obviously it's big power. Very similar setup to the Audi S3, which I actually filmed a video on yesterday, the one that's getting given away on Planet Dreams, which by the time this video goes live, it would have already been given away on Planet Dreams. So congratulations to whoever won that car. A massive congratulations to Max from Chroma. He is also a dream catcher. Max is a dream catcher. Yes, Max.
He's on.
Finally. Bloody hell, how are you feeling, mate?
Yeah, over the moon, mate. Over the moon.
Really? Well done, man. I cannot believe how bumpy this car is. But yeah, that car is also a stage 2 tuned car with a similar engine under the bonnet, and that done 20 to 70 mile an hour in, let me just refresh my memory,
2 hours later.
6.47 seconds. Now this is a front wheel drive car, that's a Quattro. Let me just shift up a little bit. I'm driving slowly because we were on the bumpy road, and yeah, it would just be a disaster through the camera otherwise. Yeah, 6.46 seconds, that's a Quattro. This is a front wheel drive, which I think is going to help this car, and this car is a DSG, whereas that's a manual gearbox car. So 6.46 seconds is a good sort of time to try and beat, but we'll do that shortly. Let me just demonstrate. Look at that. Little bit of throttle there. This car is absolutely savage. I am so disappointed about how rocky it is. It's purely to do with how I've got the air set up, I'm telling you, because when I first drove it, I actually, listen to the pops out the back, I thought this car drives better than a lowered car. If you drive a car on, there you go, the Royal Mount Man wants to hold road, I'm gonna have to stop. If you drive a car on normal suspension, right, normal, say, adjustable coilovers, in my opinion, this drives better, like smoother, not as harsh as a car on coilovers, right? And I really want to demonstrate that in this video. So far, I'm not doing a very good job of that, am I? Go down, come on, suspension, show me. That's 37, 33. We'll give it a go. I think it's gonna be too low. I feel like I can hear arches rubbing now. This video isn't going to plan, is it? Come on, Cal, you can do it. Right, we're about 40 PSI all round now. Surely that's gonna give me a smoother ride. Surely, I've experienced. This car is absolutely savage. Let me just shift back down to first. A few pops out the back. Off the mark again, ready? 3, 2, 1. Listen to the induction noise. Traction control needs to go off, definitely. Downshift again. It's just so cool that it's a show car, so it looks amazing, but it's got that engine under the bonnet as well. Like I said before in a previous video, that show cars generally ain't about performance. Like, what the hell do you need a Golf R engine under the bonnet when you just want to look good at a car show? But this car, guys, it's a GTI with a Golf R engine under the bonnet for the 15th time in this video. So it does everything for me. Like, personally, if I had a show car, this is exactly what I'd be going for. Something a bit old, something a bit retro. Like, ain't super retro, still quite modern. It's on the fence of being modern and being old school, yeah, Mark 5 life. Sunroof, leather, heated seats, and Golf R engine under the bonnet. Thank you. One thing that always catches me out. Listen to how mental, like, this car is definitely faster than the Audi S3. Definitely. And the reason that I bought this car is because I want to hit a different audience of people. Like, this is an interesting car, man. I want to do a few videos in it. Let me just pull out here and just enjoy it. Look at that. This car is absolutely brilliant. So let's now do draggy times, yeah? Right, so 6.46 seconds to beat. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Come on, car. Off the mark. How easy was that? Oh my God. Run number 1. 5.55 seconds. We've shaved a whole second off the Audi S3. It goes to show that drivetrain loss, power loss through drivetrain, is a massive factor, and the fact that I suppose this car's got no back seats and DSG gearbox, Cal. DSG gearbox. Game changer. Let's do a couple more runs, see if we can beat 5.55. Yeah? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Come on. 4.99 seconds. Oh my god, I am going to do run number 3 or a third run even, because that's what we do in every car, in every vid, for every car in every video. So let's see if we can beat 4.99 now, yeah? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Come on, car. I would say there's a bit of a late shift there, but that's the final run, 5.04 seconds. The best run of the lot was 4.99. Let's pull over and see how that compares to some of the other cars on drag leaderboards. This is such a fun car to drive. Honestly, I say it a lot, I love a heavily tuned front wheel drive car. They just drive so well, with a turbo as well, of course. It's just like the way, it's just so playful, so fun. What's that? What is that? Is that 335D, which is ironic because the next car up or below or somewhere in the same region as this car on the Draggy leaderboards is a 335D. It was actually another Planet of Dreams car, one of the first cars we gave away on the new platform. That done it in, I can't remember, I'll put the Draggy leaderboard on the screen. It also come close to the Jaguar F-Pace S, which was a bloody quick car as well. And I think a couple of cars that I noticed was a 500 plate Golf GTI Club Sport a bit further up the list, and the Audi S4 Avant as well, which I thought was an incredible car. Now, what is really strange with my, or well, not even strange, my sort of conclusion of my 3 runs that I've just done is I don't think any of them were good enough. I think I could have done a better job of all 3 runs, and I'm absolutely adamant that this car can do quicker than 4.99 seconds from 20 to 70 miles an hour. But we are going to leave it as that for the draggy time. I think my sort of summary of this car is I am so impressed with it. I'm impressed with the way it drives. Some things that I was sort of skeptical of when I originally bought it, or as I was about to buy it, was one, the air ride, which I've made it clear that I was very unsure about air ride. I've never had a car with air ride before, and I was a bit like, is it going to be horrible? Is it going to be like temperamental, unreliable? But now that I've got the ride height set at, like I said earlier, about 40 psi, you can see now it's nowhere near as rocky as it was earlier, and I'm back on that same road. It's a bumpy road. It's not a great road at all, but it's not horrible at all. So if you overinflate too much, you will feel the bumps a lot more. But currently, I'm chilling, man, in my car with air ride with my fully adjustable height setup. So that's wicked. I rate air ride. I wouldn't personally have it on my own car because it's just a bit of farting around to do every day. I just like to be able to jump in my car and drive it. But it's cool for this type of car. And the second thing that I was also quite skeptical of was the fact that this car has got a stock gearbox with a stock clutch, okay? Obviously it's got a big power engine under the bonnet. Now the clutches on the manual gearbox cars aren't very strong at all, which is why I did hold back quite a lot when I've done the draggy times on the Audi S3. But with this car, you can see, like, I am being quite harsh with the gearbox on it. I'm manually shifting, I've been manually shifting the whole way through this video, and like, I'm on and off the throttle there. No clutch slip, no gearbox fault. It's all doing as it should. It's just such a fun car. I've used the word fun a lot. I've used the word Golf R engine a lot in this video. Listen to them pops. It's just a brilliant all-rounder, and I am once. Oh, that was the front end there, scraping on the ground. And the additional 30 front splitter. Don't want to damage that. But it's super playful. In fact, it's probably the fastest feeling 350 brake horsepower car that I've ever driven. It just feels so much faster than it is. If I put you in the passenger seat of this car and then put you in the passenger seat of the Jaguar F-Pace S, which was a fast car, that car was comparable on the draggy leaderboard to this car. Honestly, this car feels savage in comparison, absolutely savage. So it looks good. It drives well, it's mint as well, there is no faults with it, but I am going to get this car to VRS, let Will have a good look over it. We're going to get it dynoed and find out exactly what power it's running, exactly what mods it's had, but the summary for me is I absolutely love this car, and I am going to try and get myself out there to a couple of more car shows throughout the summer with Kai and just enjoy it whilst I've got it. And at the end of the summer, I'm going to be giving it to one of you lot. Make sure if you do enter, I think I said this earlier anyway, you must be a subscriber to my channel, yeah? Don't bloody enter. It's all about supporting the channel, and in return you get chances to win stuff for nothing, all right? There is also an option to sign up as a dream catcher, completely optional. We have increased to 10 entries per person on the Dreamcatcher front now, so you're far more likely to win if you're a Dreamcatcher. And the next car I'm going to be giving away is the Audi A5 S5 replica, wannabe, whatever you want to call it, alright? So yeah, look out for that. I'll put links for everything I've mentioned in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like this video. It's just downshift down to second again. Listen to that induction noise. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you did like this video, do me a favour, guys. Hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're new for it. New video every Wednesday. No, I was going to say Wednesday and Sunday, but I'm not even doing that no more. I'm doing Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 6 o'clock. And if you're on TikTok, give me a follow on TikTok at Calvin's Car Diary. I'm posting stuff on there all the time. And I'm done. Thank you. Bye.